So this was many trial and errors. I only completed 2 others before I finally got it down to the sizing I want. The larger of the 3 was the first one. Sizing is not my best. And then I finally got it down to approximately 5 inches with my final one, which is what we're going to go over today, which is the smaller one here. So this uses some things that are slightly different than most crochet projects. I'm using 1/4 inch by 1 inch washer and 1/8 inch by 1 inch washer. The hole in this isn't big enough. Even if you're using a really small hook, after so many things pass through the yarn, you haven't been in your hook trying to get it through. So this one just gets out as an added weight, so it will stand up pretty good. But this one will serve to provide a nice flat base, which you can see here. You can see it a little bit through there, but when you're using it up on your dash, you won't notice it. So you can paint it if you want ahead of time. You could wrap it in yarn, so that way it's completely wrapped. Then start with it. That's your choice. So I need one of those. And then, that already came out perfect. And one of those for later. What else you'll need is, this is what I happen to be using for the stem. So it's Decorative Accents. It's 18 gauge, 12 pieces, and this is the one that's already pre-wrapped in some sort of thread. I cut about 6 inches of that for this. And then you'll need some polyfill or some other stuffing. You can use yarn scraps. Color for your pot, color for your dirt, and then color for the center of your flower, and a color for your petals. If you're not doing a sunflower, you're doing something different. You just want to do different colors, whatever color you're going to do. So you're going to start with a D hook, which is a 3.125 millimeter. And you're going to start with whatever color you're using for your pot. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of this, because these other 3 over here I'm probably just going to do as a giveaway at some point. Make myself a new one for myself. And you're going to stick your hook through, so if I can get this to focus a little bit better. Hook through the washer, pull the yarn up, have a tail that's 6-ish long on it. Make sure you're always working the working yarn in a single crochet. Go in through the hole in the washer. Your tail is on over your hook, so you're working your stitches that will go over your tail, and you're single crocheting it over. And you're going to keep doing that. You can do it 6 times, so that's 2, or 12 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, if you wanted to wrap your washer first, then start off with it or paint it, you could have, but you really don't see it too much. I worked over my tail, and because this isn't something that's going to get washed or played with, because it's a decoration, I'm not going to worry about weaving in my tail. This is also going to be on the inside. So then I'm going to slip stitch to my first one, and that created my bottom. So I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet into my back loop to create the corner to start going up. So it's going to be 12. If you want, you can bring up your tail to tack it in place a little bit better. So there's 1, 2, but you really don't need to, so I'm just going to move that out of my way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then a slip stitch to the beginning. And this kind of caved in on itself. As you can see, my thumb is kind of in a little valley. You just flip it out and around. If you want to wait to the next round, you can. It'll be a little easier. That's up to you. So single crochet, get your next one, and then 12 stitches around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and slip stitch to the beginning. So now we have 3 rows. The first row was around our washer. Second row created our corner, and then our first row was around our pot, or the bottom of our pot. So each of those rows, I started my first stitch in the stitch I did my chain stitch to get into that row. My next row, I'm going to go to the next stitch over and do 12. So this is my 4th row now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then a slip stitch to my first single crochet. So that created the end of round 4. Chain 1, I'm going to single crochet into the same space and do 12 single crochets around. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and a slip stitch into my first stitch, and chain 1, and that was the end of round 5. And then I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch over and do 12 around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and slip stitch into the first one. And I'm going to go ahead and pause here and take a hand break because I don't do well with the small hooks for a while and it cramps up my hand. And you'll see, start the next video with part 2.